Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, welcome to our podcast, Wide Open Spaces. I'm Carolina.
I'm Alexa.
And this is just our intro. We're just going to kind of talk about ourselves and let you guys know who we are.
Why we're here, why you're here, hopefully.
Yes. Give
you an idea of what we are all about.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask Alexa some questions first, just so you get to know her. And then she'll do the same for me. And then we'll kind of talk about our goal and our purpose for this podcast and how it started and how we even met, and all the fun things. So, Alexa,
Yes.
Who are you? How old are you? All the things.
Well, I'm Alexa. I just turned 32, so I'm just entering my 30s, which is a great time to do this because I feel like your 30s, I don't know, you have this like this shift in your mindset in your 30s. It's really cool to go through. And so I have a lot to say. But I'm 32. I've got 4 kids, 4 boys, all boys. I'm a boy mom. I've been married to my husband for 10 years in 2 weeks. On the 27th. It'll be 10 years.
I cannot wait. 10 years.
10 years, yeah, crazy. And yeah, we live in little old Indiana, and we try to stay as out of the way as possible and live the most simple life possible and not be in the spotlight. So this is a very interesting thing for me to be doing.
And what are you doing currently, like job-wise? Where are you at with that?
Yeah, so Sunday through Thursday, I stay home with my kids. Friday, Saturday nights, I bartend. And my main job right now really is raising the kids. We homeschool. And homeschooling 4 boys is a feat. So that gets pretty much all of my energy. And then for some cash to pay bills, I bartend and teach dance.
And what is a fun hobby that you do or something unique about you, if anything? Maybe there. Or what do you like to do on your...
gardening's kind of my thing. Okay. Even in the winter, I try to grow like the microgreens and stuff to keep me going so I don't go insane. But definitely all things like outdoor foraging, gardening, preserving, homesteading, that's kind of what we're all about right now.
Okay.
My life's at right now, so all my hobbies revolve around that.
And one more question. Just shortly, what is something that you feel like the Lord is teaching you? What are you like chewing on, digesting, like anything, something you've read in the Bible, something in prayer?
Right now in this season of life, God has me really learning and chewing on the difference between the male and female brain and how they are wired differently and how they are created to complement each other.
Okay.
Because I feel like my boys are right at that age where like they're all developing their own identities and views of the world. And our generation has such an issue with attachment insecurities that I just started noticing how incredibly important it was, especially for future men in the world, because we kind of live in a world that's against men. And how important it is to teach them to be emotionally available and present and confident, because we are all emotional creatures, even if women are more emotional. So he's got me focusing right now on what I can do to pour into my boys to help them grow and develop into the best men they can be, which flows, I've found, into like all areas of life. I'm able to understand my husband better and just people in general, and the effects of our childhood and how that impacts the rest of our lives. And it's a whole journey that makes forgiving everyone around you much easier.
Yes. Now, is there anything else you'd like to share, or is that...
No, that pretty much sums up me.
Okay.
So why don't you tell me about you? What's your name?
I'm Carolina.
How about you?
I am originally from California, lived there for 22 years, and I moved out here to Indiana, met my husband, Kyle. We had been married 5 years in August, and we have 2 girls, and we just lost our 3rd daughter. I was 9 months pregnant, and she was 40 weeks, and we lost her in March of this year. So heartbroken. That'll be a whole nother podcast talking about that story and that part of our life, but just in the season of life of just working through grief.
Yeah.
Both kind of are, in different ways. And so, yeah, what else did I?
Yeah, that's great. And it's funny because that's kind of what brought the podcast to fruition. We've always talked about it, but I mean, what happened with your daughter brought us here. And like, she's kind of the driving force behind it. So, what do you do for work, if anything?
I'm pretty much a stay-at-home mom. I do own a gymnastics gym, but I have to admit that I don't really do anything for it. My husband kind of does all of the business side. I just coach when I'm needed. And it's allowed me to be home with my kids and bring us extra income.
Yeah.
And
it's something you grew up doing.
Yes.
I mean, you do love it.
Yes, I love it. I love coaching when I'm in it. But right now, like, my kids are still really little and I want more kids. And so this being home and taking care of the home is just a big priority to me, and raising my girls.
It's a job.
It's a job.
It is a job.
One that doesn't get paid, but it's so worth it. And then my husband is just now starting a tenderloin trailer, so we have that. And
I feel like you guys are just always doing side projects, your whole family. It's like, oh, what are the Phillips doing this week? It's always different. Always.
Yes. That's kind of.
And then what do you do for a hobby that's not, because you own the gym, you like gymnastics, but like where you're at, what's one of your hobbies?
I have always loved, I love working out. Like, I just love it. Always have. But specifically, I love balancing, like doing handstands on unstable objects like Bosu balls and balls.
On mountaintops.
Mountaintops.
When you're pregnant.
Cliffs, jumping from exercise ball to I love unique, fun movements that are challenging and very different. So that's just a fun fact of mine.
I feel like you would have been in the circus if you lived here.
My dream was to be in like Cirque du Soleil, and I wanted to do that right out of high school.
Yeah.
But my parents made me go to college, which I'm thankful for, but also would have loved to be in the circus.
College sucks. No, it's great for some people.
Yeah,
it wasn't
great for me. Nope.
And then what's something that God has you chewing on spiritually, or that you find your subconscious chewing on spiritually right now?
Yeah, I think for me, just honestly, in the last week, I decided, okay, I'm going to read the Bible and read the entire Bible. And I don't want to say within a year, because I've done that before. And this time I want to try doing it of going at my own pace, or like the pace that the Holy Spirit wants me to read it at, and like really digest. And instead of like a timeline checklist, read this. And so recently just started in Genesis, and also viewing the Bible, or going with the intention of who is God. Not for me, reading it for myself. Of course, the word is alive and active, so you're going to get things from it. But who is God? And the first thing it says is God created the heavens and the earth. And God is creative, like He's the creator. And we were made in His likeness and His image. And so we're creative human beings.
Yeah.
And I think even since Ella, their daughter who passed away, since she died, I've just been, like, what's holding me back from being creative?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, that's just something I've been chewing on. And
I feel like it connects us to God when we are creating. When we're doing it authentically.
And not for money. I mean,
it's not forced.
Yes. And not for really, because a lot of times it can be like, oh, how can I do this to make money? And it's just like, that's not what it's all about.
Yeah.
And also one other thing, sorry, I've just been.
No. That's kind of how we wanted this to flow. It's like we have a basis of what we plan to talk about, and then the Holy Spirit leads it.
And so one other thing too of work, like God created us to work, and this is before the fall. So there's something about working.
Yeah.
That is, just kind of chewing with that of being creative and working.
The sprinklers.
You all done with the sprinklers?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you want to go run through it one more time?
No.
Oh.
Do you want a towel to sit in the sun and dry off?
Well, I want to eat.
Okay, can you go ask Daddy? Go ask him.
I heard your dad has something really yummy that he knows about, but your mom doesn't know where it's at.
This is Wrigley. This will probably happen too quite a bit of getting interrupted, and
my husband's the tech guy, so he can
he might edit some things out.
Yeah. He can honestly clip the whole thing out.
Okay.
We could just give it a minute.
Okay. Miss Regla, please do not touch it.
Once it loses its appeal, they don't care about it anymore. It's the forbidden nature of it. What are you hungry for?
There's rice and beans in there.
No, I don't want rice and beans.
Well, it's not dinner. You guys want some frozen pineapple?
What?
How about I take some frozen pineapple outside?
No, that's frozen. I don't want frozen.
Here, take these outside.
No, I don't want that.
Wrigley.
I want something. I want to eat something. I want to eat something.
Kyle's like this. What? We love them. Listen, if you don't love them, no one will. So
Yes. Okay, so we'll go back to work.
we are creative beings, and
work. Like, we were designed to work.
but I feel like work's become miserable for everyone because the structure of the society we live in today, work is meaningless. It is unfulfilling.
And we want things made and done instantly.
We're underpaid. We're sick. All of like work today is not what it was intended to be.
Yeah.
And like when I work in my garden, it's hard work to work in my garden
Because of the fault, like because of sin. Like, it is going to be hard, but it's so rewarding.
and it feels good. Like every time I'm out there, my nervous system gets reset back, and like I'm calm. And I've noticed there's a tendency to, like, when I work in the garden, like go outside and have a YouTube video playing or something.
Yeah.
And like taking the time to go out and work and just be disconnected from online.
And we're supposed to take care of the land and plant things and take care of the animals. Like, this is like being outside. Again, this is all kind of, I guess we can move now into what our podcast will be about.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good segue.
Because we could go on and on. We kind of go on tangents, but
There'll
try to keep this
be
one
an episode for that.
yes, we'll try to keep this on a intro.
I mean, I guess tell your version of what you hope for it to be, and then I can add to
Okay. I hope this podcast is a place where what we have gone through, what we've experienced, we can share that wisdom with you and give you some insight on just what we've learned and how we have grown through certain things. And then also
are growing, because
growing, yeah.
from week to week, we could even go back and be like, I changed my mind about something I said last week.
And I think and not always serious things we're going to talk about.
Right.
Like, I love talking about serious things and deep things, but also just things about our lifestyle and more holistic lifestyle that we live, and simple and just very unconventional living.
Yeah, I feel like
compared to what
society has deemed as normal. Trad wives, I guess, as you would.
Yes.
I guess the umbrella, like, we have the umbrella of like lifestyle, but it all embodies like homesteading and gardening and natural living and natural, holistic medicine and raising our kids, raising boys versus raising girls, being married, grief, all of it. Like, everything is embodied in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my hope for it is that even if not every episode is meant for you, you can find something here that will help, that you'll be able to walk away from listening to us and find something to give your spirit peace.
Yeah,
on the subject.
that's very well said.
Because sometimes, as much as we want to like scream it to the people around us what we need, they just can't give it to us because they're not us.
Mm-hmm.
And I've found a lot of relief through strangers online who go through the same thing as me and like how they dealt with it. So I guess just to cultivate a community or a space that you can come, you can go, you can stay.
And you don't have to agree with everything we say, and you can take bits and pieces of our lifestyle and what we have to say and choose to implement it into yours. And there might even be things we don't necessarily fully agree on that each other does or chooses
just
to
being
do.
able to discuss or hear in a non-judgmental, definitely a non-judgmental place. We have our list of questions that you studied and I didn't.
Well, I think
I feel like that covers.
I guess one, I kind of talked how did we meet? How do we know each other? How do we know each other?
I picked her up on the street last week. I feel like I've known you since you were born.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah. So my grandparents live here in Indiana.
You've just always existed in my life. So, I don't like remember when I met you.
Yes.
You've just always been there. You've always been the little sister.
Yes. Because she was neighbors to my grandparents. So when I'd come in the summers to visit, she was like my summer.
And your grandparents are best friends with my grandma who raised me.
Yes.
And her grandparents are my godparents. So like we've integrated as family, even if it's not by blood.
Yeah.
So we've just always been, it's like a cousin that's just always there.
Yeah.
But through the summers, obviously we grew up and grew apart a little, not in a bad way, just because we were at different places in our lives.
Yeah.
And then,
because I do remember that one summer I came out here. I'll share the story again, but but I was still like in the baby dolls and like playing house, and she was.
I probably
past that.
Yeah, I just
grew up, and I'm like,
went to high school,
wearing makeup now.
Who is she?
Who is she? Just acted so much older.
Yeah. Which is funny because like I don't remember that. Like I don't ever remember coming home and being like, she's a little girl. Like I always loved you.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't stand out to me. So it's funny just because on the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like motherhood brought us back together.
Mm-hmm.
I was at your wedding.
Yeah.
But we still like we just talked when we ran into each other. Like we didn't
like take an initiative to.
We didn't have like a close friendship yet.
Yeah.
And then I was your doula.
Yes. For my first two.
Yeah. And I was still your doula for the third.
Yes.
I just didn't make it here in time before you transferred to the hospital.
Yeah.
But I feel like the doula thing goes far after birth. Like my job is not to like get you to deliver your
That's also
child.
what she does for.
Oh yeah, that's a hobby.
Her hobby.
I forget.
And ministry. I feel like that's part of you.
Yeah.
Like, you have such a servant heart with that, and
I like to serve people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do, and I just don't broadcast it because I want to deliver and help deliver the babies that God wants me to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that if I just leave it out of my hands, people will kind of fall into my path, and I'll be like, "Hey, I do this," and I love it that way because then it's always meant to be.
Yes,
and I always have a good connection with the women because it was I believe, divinely instituted. So.
And we'll talk about those birth stories too. And all that.
But yeah, once you see a woman deliver a baby, you kind of have a different bond.
Yes.
So then from there, we always talked about doing this because we were into so many of the same things, and it was just never the right time. And then I went through a really intense hypnotic therapy for some of my trauma that 2 days later, I radically just like quit most of my job except 2 days a week. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what I was going to do other than be home with my family more, but I knew it was the right move. And then that night was the night you came in to eat with your husband, which you guys never do.
I have a hard time leaving my children.
Yeah.
But we did it.
And it was the same day. And I knew it was a sign. I've ignored enough signs to know when it is a sign now.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, God, I get it. And then we just kind of took a leap. Felt like the time was right. So here we are.
Yeah. It's our podcast. Wide open spaces.
Wide open spaces on the prairie.
On the prairie.
You guys can't see it, but there's a prairie.
You might see it in some of our videos.
Which I guess we could kind of explain the name and then wrap it up maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But Wide Open Spaces came to me because it's such a, first of all, you're on the prairie
Mm-hmm.
and it's a wide open space, but also the way that our brains work, both of us, I think is much like that, where like it is this wide open space of all of these different intricate, deep things going on at all times.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily have an outlet for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it drives our husbands crazy. So it not only like describes and embodies kind of who we are, but also the topics are so wide and range from such a wide variety of things that it kind of, I like the openness of it.
Yeah. Allows us to have lots of different topics and guests and.
Yeah. And that's another thing we want to do is a lot of guests we plan to have on are people who we know and can vet personally, who have experience in these fields, midwives and herbologists and some of our closest friends who.
Because I think there's so many opinions, and a lot of what we say is also going to be opinions. But I think listening to people who've walked through those situations and are living what they're talking about, like living what they're preaching, those are kind of the people you really want to listen to when it comes to decisions. Like, for example, homeschooling.
Yes. Like
you can hear so many voices outside of people who aren't homeschooling, and some are valid reasons, and they mean well, but I want to listen to people when I'm making that decision for myself of who are going through it right now. And they'll give you the good, the bad.
And everyone does it so differently. Homeschool is done so differently. I do it differently than you do it. Even basically schooling boys versus schooling girls, it's different. Yeah. They need different things. And so what I don't ever want to do or create is an echo chamber of like people that disagree with us.
Yes.
And
we don't want to also convince. No, we're not here to just tell you this is what you should be doing, and if you aren't, then you're not doing it right. Like there's so many ways to do different things in life and choices you make for your kids, your family, because ultimately you know what's best.
Yeah, and I feel like we both have people come to us a lot of the time who ask us questions about these things, so it can kind of just be a place to put it, and then like my husband's told me before. Lex, if one person's asking you, more people are wondering. Or like if one person wants to buy it, more people would. Yeah. And I think there's probably truth to that. So we hope that you stay, and we hope that you come back. Yeah. And we hope that you can find some semblance of family and connection here with us.
All right. Thank you guys.